A battle for better bridges. Millions in federal dollars are pouring into rural North Carolina counties, while people in the Charlotte Metro have to pay tolls for new roads. Now, today we learned about a massive infrastructure grant focused on replacing 77 crumbling bridges. The city of Hickory is also getting a major upgrade.
But none of that money is coming to Mecklenburg County, where the population is growing very quickly. Eyewitness News anchor Blaine Tollison questioned the head of the DOT about why some areas are being left out. Blaine?
Yeah, Transportation Secretary James Trogdon told me the state didn't choose rural communities over cities like Charlotte, but the purpose of these build grants from the U.S. Department of Transportation under the current administration is to, quote, rebalance the historical underinvestment in rural communities. Out of $1.5 billion in federal transportation grants, North Carolina is getting a little over $60 million, with most of it going to rural projects. Today, State Transportation Secretary James Trogdon told me that's how the federal build grant was designed.
The grant was targeted and gave extra points if it was addressing challenges in rural areas.
Here's how the grant money breaks down. More than $17 million for a bike trail and pedestrian bridge over Highway 321 in Hickory, $23 million for 77 bridges in 17 rural counties, including Iredell and Alexander, and $20 million for a bus transit center in downtown Raleigh. But Charlotte, among the fastest growing cities in the country and 8 of the fastest growing towns in the state next to Charlotte, did not receive grant money.
We're paying for roads with tolls. Why were those areas not on this list for federal dollars?
Well, I do not know all the communities that submitted projects, but we'll work with every community to submit the most competitive projects we can.
Trogdon told me the Charlotte area is still important and more competitive when applying for state and regional grants.
It's not a one versus the other. We're using every tool that we can to meet every single need, and we'll continue to do that.
Well, Blaine, the question is now, are politics playing a role in these grants behind the scenes?
And that is the question, and it's such a question that our Washington, D.C. Bureau is researching because they have noticed a trend of other federal grants going to rural communities. Now, we are working with them to find out if there are certain areas that are, in fact, being given special consideration. Scott.
All right, Blaine, thanks very much.